What up, though? And welcome to Lunchtime Detroit Lions Talk, brought to you by Detroit Lions on the Prowl and Lions Nation Unite. It's your man, Curt Steele. Today is Tuesday, December 27th, 2022. On deck for today's show, LL wants to know when or if there will be more targets for JAMO in the final games of the season. Coach Jones ponders, is it time to move on from Iffy? I know somebody from the Proud Nation got something to say about that. And I will let you know that one bad loss doesn't equal same old Lions. But before we get into all that, man, it's time to bring in the rest of the crew, man. Y'all know who it is. It's the ladies' pet, the men's regret. You ain't seen nothing yet. The man, the myth, the legend, the highest player from the Himalayas, my man, LL Cool Torrance. What's going on, my guy?
What's Proud Nation, and good morning.
Man, y'all know who it is. It's the boxing pride of Jackson, Michigan. He is a coach. He's a chef. Man, he got a whole bunch of things that dude is doing, man. Our Renaissance man. Who?
It's the Wolverine, Coach Mike Jones. What's going on, Lion fans?
Let's get this thing started
right now.
Let's go.
For Lions Talk, baby.
All right, welcome back to the show, people. Wait a minute, I hear that song. Oh. I say LL in the house, watch your ball, bring it on down. Look at the white shoes, watch your ball. Now talk about this JAMO thing, brother.
Man, I was so confused. I was like, what song is that? We're going to speak about later in the show rebounding back from a tough loss, a bad loss. A lot of ours eyes. So a part of that could be seeing more of our second first round pick from last year that we traded up for, and that's Jameson Williams, and what we all like to call him JAMO. Number 9, big SL. I think that might mean slaughter gang. So if y'all from down that way, you know what that's about. Shout out to 21 Savage, I guess. But that could definitely spell or factor into a rebound this coming week. We got a home game, indoors, no conditions. Our quarterback seems to thrive in those conditions, even though he did not, play bad in the outdoors, in our more recent outdoor games as well. So I'm not going to blame him or try to use that to slight him, I should say. But, home game, he's only had one catch for, I think it was 41 yards for a touchdown so far off of 5 targets. So, of course we could see more of this. Of course that will help us out more. One thing I will say, though, we have been using more deep shots over the past few weeks. And those shots have been going to majorly DJ Chark. That's his thing anyway. He's a speed guy. So maybe we'll see some of those looks going to Jameson Williams, or just, send one guy off on one side and maybe start JAMO off in the slot and work him around. That's the new thing. The little over routes is the hot thing with your fastest guy. So maybe we'll see some of that as well. Back in LA, one of their favorite plays to run was that play fake with the deep crosser. So maybe we can see some of those things get worked in, and maybe a recipient of some of those changes will be Jameson Williams to get him a few more targets. Some people out there are speaking on the aspect of taking the training wheels off. I get it, but I just feel like we got a lot going on. We got a lot of wide receivers out there. You know what I'm saying? You got to get in where you fit in. So I think they're actually just going to put more in the game plan for him this time around, or just over the next few weeks. So I'm fine with it. I don't necessarily want them to rush, or not rush it, but force things to him. Or maybe we should. That's how it goes. It seems like the quarterback that has that number one, and he gonna throw it to that guy anyway. Those teams normally do a little bit better. Like look at Burrow and Chase. He got a couple guys over there, but y'all's friend in Minnesota and Jay Jetter's over there. It's a few. I ain't gonna name them all, but once you get that one guy that you can connect with constantly, everything could change. So maybe that's what it could be. Maybe he could just be the deep threat. or we'll see. I guess the question would be, what do you guys think? How do you think he'll be used going forward, if they use him more or whatever?
I mean, it's not falling on deaf ears because fans are calling for it. And Dan Campbell was asked about this in his presser, and they said that they will get JAMO more involved. And like JAMO was scared, he's played on the biggest stages in college football. He played at Alabama, played at Ohio State. So now I will say this: he has dropped some passes in practice and in warmups, but he hasn't dropped any in the game. Well, because the one pass that was actually thrown to him that was actually catchable, he caught for a touchdown. He's constantly, here's the issue. He's constantly underthrown by Goff. And I believe it's Goff not you. He's had some speed guys, but he ain't played with a guy with that type of speed. Like that, his speed is different. And here's one thing I think that JAMO is gonna have to learn how to do. Williams gonna have to learn how to throttle it down a little bit. He's gonna have because he's gonna have to throttle it down just a bit because he ain't got that quarterback like Bryce Young has a bigger arm than him. I mean, we know, and I don't understand it because I seen in LA that Goff had a big arm. He threw some of those deep passes, and I don't understand what's going on with his arm in Detroit, but
they just ain't been consistent.
Yeah, and they haven't played a lot with each other. I get it, but somebody's gonna have to make an adjustment. Either Goff gonna have to throw it harder, and I don't think that's a possibility right now, which means Williams is going to have to throttle it down and learn how to throttle it up and down, and, change the speeds to make sure he can get to the ball. You know what I'm saying? But we've seen him being constantly underthrown by Jared Goff. It's one of those things, like he has been underthrown. I mean, even that touchdown, he was wide open. He had to stop to catch the ball, but that's how freaking fast this dude is. Where he's going to have to learn how to, control his speed up and down where he's going to have to do that because he's going to have to adjust to his quarterback. And that comes with more reps and more playing time with Jared Goff. But it's going to have to learn how to adjust, man, because he can't. But if you look at some of the plays he had at Alabama, some of his stuff was like crossers, you know what I'm saying, where he, took a 5-yard slant and then he took it to the house. Because, but it's going to have to just be a work in progress where they're going to have to work him into the game plan. And it's going to be with Antoine Randall L, teaching him how to throttle it down, pick it back up when he needs to. That's part of the wide receivers coach's responsibility, teaching his wide receivers how to adjust to the quarterback. And it's going to have to be something they had to work on with man, I forget the quarterback's coach name. Mark Brunell. Yeah, they're gonna have to work with those guys together in practice, man. And it's good to have this. It's gonna have to be reps, man. You're gonna have to work them into the. And to be honest with you, Chark has been balling. So shit, Chark is stating his claim. So Sark, like, man, you ain't gonna push me out, rookie. So it is what it is, man. What you got, Coach Mike?
We gotta get JAMO going. It's not a oh shit. Look, he activated.
Yep.
Right. We took him off. So you got to play him. He's a first-round draft pick. You got to play him. And he needs his where he was picked at in the draft commands him more targets than Chark. I'm just gonna keep it real. You get a guy in the top 15 of the draft, he's gonna command more targets than your guy right now. Because ain't neither one of your guys a draft pick that you picked in the first round.
Oh, that deep pick. Because I think Chark was a first round pick too.
Yeah. But I'm just talking about that's your guy. You picked him.
Yeah, I got you.
So you know what I'm saying? That's your guy versus them guy thing. But you know what? I was hoping JAMO got more involved just to loosen up the defense. Yeah. Because as of right now, these last couple of games, they've been shutting our run down. This dominant, this top offensive line, ain't been doing so hot. So the thing that we need now, we need Ben Johnson to articulate some passes where now you got JAMO. Maybe we need to go 3 wide in a single back set. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you got JAMO, Chark, and St. Brown. You know what I'm saying? And they go. And when they don't all go, you can't stack the box. You can't. You cannot stack the box when you got a 4-3 guy on Chark. And you got probably a 4-2 something guy on JAMO. You know what I'm saying? Then you got Maurer. You cannot put 8 in the box. And maybe that's what needs to happen. Maybe it's Ben Johnson figuring out how to get him involved in the game plan. I'm not too worried about Goff hitting with the connection, man. I think that's just a timing thing. I think when you got a guy that fast and you throw it to him, you like, oh yeah, he gonna be there. Damn, he ran fast. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that is a timing thing. Because he had Brandon Cooks, right? And Brandon Cooks was the same kind of guy. I mean, he's a little faster than Cooks, but I'm just saying, I think that yeah, man, I think that just has to do with Goff and his real time, because normal receivers run that route. He knows where to throw it, because you didn't see that he didn't target and caught it over his head. You know what I'm saying? But when you throw it to JAMO, like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I think it's a timing thing, man. I think that there ain't nothing to worry about, man. I actually think Goff's arm is a little bit stronger than Bryce Young. I don't know, but yeah, man.
I got a question. I'm gonna work it into a question, but I wanted, that was interesting what Curt just said, because I was thinking about using him as a deep target. I like what Curt said, because they used to, like I said, take a slant and take it to the house and screen, like bubble screens and all that kind of thing. How do y'all think, or how would y'all want to see him in? Because we ain't a bad screen team. Do y'all want to see him maybe use more in screens or screens, or do y'all want to see him down the field?
Get him the damn ball.
Yeah. I'm with Curt.
Get him the damn ball. Just throw that shit to him.
That's one thing it should be coming together, because remember, we was asking earlier in the season, like, where the hell is DJ Chark deep ball at? Because we kept seeing that in training camp. We kept seeing the clips, you know what I'm saying, that are perfectly dropped in there. Like, where does it say?
Well,
and now we're starting to see it. So that's what I'm saying. So, I hope that we could see it. I'm gonna call for it this week, man. Maybe two deep shot touchdowns. I don't know who's gonna get them, but 2 deep shot touchdowns this year.
Hey, Ben, throw his ass the damn ball. All right. If you like the video, comment on the video, man. Help us get this content to more Lions fans just like yourself. You know what it's time for. It's time for the family discussion topic for today. Answer it in the comments section of the video, and you got a chance to get your comment read on the show in the comment cards segment of the show. Will the Lions give JAMO more playing time against Chicago? That's the answer. That's the question. I mean, go ahead, let us know what you think, and will they give him more playing time? Why or why not? So answer that in the family discussion topic in the comment section of the video, man. Hey, and shout out, man. I couldn't remember the young man's name. His name is Gage May. That's another Prowl Nation family member I met at the game on Saturday. He's a U.S. Marine. I met him, and I did post a picture. He tagged me in the picture on Instagram, and I took the picture and I posted it on Twitter, and I posted it on my Instagram. So go check those things out, man. Gage May, man, and salute to you, Semper Fi Marine. That's what's up, man. And it was an honor taking a picture with you, man. That's what's up. All right, so go ahead, man. Like the video, share the video, and comment on the video. Hey, man, it's the holiday time, man. It's after Christmas sales all over the place over there on fanatics.com. I got my JAMO shirt. This is a number 9 JAMO shirt right here. This JAMO thing right here. So, and they got the salute service, the sideline cap on. So I wore this because of the fact we talk about JAMO today. So, hey, why not wear my JAMO shirts I got from fanatics.com? Links in the description. Portion of other proceeds from that sales on that link go to help us grow the content right here on Detroit Lions on the Prowl, your home for Detroit Lions news and rumors. Go ahead and check us out on Lions Nation Unite, the ultimate virtual hangout for Detroit Lions fans. And I met some of the people from over there on LNU at the game on Saturday, man. Look at the president of the Foxy Club over there, met her over there on LNU and met her at the game. So just check out LNU, man. Lions Nation Unite. It is a community of Lions fans over there. That's why my man Herman Moore built that thing for us, just for Lions fans. And while you're over there, go ahead and shop at lnushop.com. Get yourself some game day gear, because it's always game day in the LNU shop. I'm going to tell you, man, get the real, and not the fake that's over there on Facebook, man. Why would you wear a shirt they don't even sell? Just saying. Don't make no sense to me. Man, we do enough bootleg stuff with jerseys anyway. Woo. you know. But as far as that is concerned, man, check us out on DetroitLionsOnTheProwl.com, man. Hang out with us over there. And while you're there, click on the link for LionsOnTheProwlShop.com and get yourself some Prowl Nation gear, man. We got 4 of them things, man, before the college football playoff, and my man Coach Jones gonna hook you up, wolverine.com. If you're a Wolverine on Saturday and a Lion on Sunday, hit him up, man, on wolverine.com, because they play on Saturday and the Lions play on Sunday again, because college football playoff on we're gonna bust up TCU and then we'll bust up the Bears on Sunday. So get yourself some gear at wolverine.com and do your part in the fight against cancer, especially those individuals in Michigan, man. My man, Big Lion Man, he got the Roar Up gear, and the proceeds from the sales of that gear go to help the American Cancer Society of Michigan. So do us a big favor, man, and go ahead and support the fight against cancer and grab yourself some Roar Up gear. All right, we done paid some bills, man. So let's go ahead and get back into the content of the show. Coach Mike, man. Woo-wee. I know somebody in the Prowl Nation gonna be a little bit upset with your topic today. So go ahead and ask your question, brother.
Sorry, Val. Hey, is it time to move on from Iffy? That is a real question. That's not just a topic kind of catch people up. That is for real. Because when he got drafted, he was a corner, right? And they moved him, Quinn and them. But Aaron Glenn, he's been both. He's been a cornerback and a safety. And Aaron Glenn, if anybody, is going to know right away what that man can play. And Aaron Glenn has stuck him and stayed with safety. The thing that really bothers me about this whole thing is Deshaun Elliott plays the position that Iffy should be playing. And that's box safety. And Iffy was out there, and we was like, damn, we wish Deshaun Elliott was out there. You know what I'm saying? Like he was not that physical guy. He did not play downhill. He is not that force player that we thought if he could be. And I know people are like, oh, he's been injured. All the transit. Listen here, Kirby Joseph was injured. Kirby Joseph ain't take that long. Kirby Joseph a rookie, and he didn't learn the ropes, and he didn't came through. Was Iffy on his 3rd season? Second season, whatever. Yeah, I mean, but the thing is
yep, he got drafted last year. He's in last year's
class.
class.
The thing is you've had time. You've had time, and you still like a deer in headlights out there. And it's just you either know it or you don't. You know what I'm saying? These instinct, these plays, you either know it or you don't. And we shouldn't have noticed that big of a gap in the play from Deshaun Elliott and the play from Iffy, because I think Iffy was a 3rd round pick, wasn't he?
3rd round pick last year.
Yeah. So man, that means you can play, buddy. What was Kirby Joseph? I'm just saying. That the transition from the game shouldn't be that much. It shouldn't be that big. It shouldn't take that long. And for people saying, oh, he could play outside linebacker. If he put on a little weight, he could. No, he can't. No, the hell.
Who the hell said that?
No, the hell. It was some rumble. It was some rumbles on a couple of pages, man, where they're like, he could put on 10, 15 pounds.
75 pounds to be.
I mean, because he's 6'3", 215. So they he put on 15 pounds. Somebody he could be a coverage linebacker, 3rd down, and all that, man. And I heard the rumble. I seen it. I didn't really say much to it, but for those people who was on that train, no, the hell he can't, because he can't be that same force player that Deshaun Elliott is in the run game from the safety position. So, is it time to move him back to corner? That might be something that might be a thought is maybe we looking for a number 2 corner or another corner, and maybe Iffy's it. Maybe he got to move back to corner. I don't know, man, but y'all gotta let me know what y'all think about this whole Iffy situation, because Iffy is looking kind of iffy right now. So, you know.
All right. First of all, it's too early. Too early to give up on Iffy. Guy hadn't played enough, man. He's been injured. Now, I will say that. He's been injured. He's been in the league 2 years. He's been an injured backup player. So, really. And he learned a new position this year. Here's the difference between him and Kirby Joseph. Kirby Joseph is playing his natural position. Kirby Joseph plays safety all his college career. What if he played at Syracuse? He played outside corner. He played outside corner. Outside corner. Say again now? Yeah. And
he played wide receiver too.
Who did? Kirby Joseph?
Kirby Joseph.
Yeah. If he played corner, he's an outside guy. He's an outside leverage guy. Learning up a new position this year, but he's still been injured. He's got good speed and length. He's got some size on him. Here's my thing, and I've said this before, and it really showed in this game that against the Panthers. They switched they switched the guy who should have stayed outside corner and left a guy at corner who should have got moved to safety. And the guy who should have got moved to safety was damn Jeff Okudah. Jeff Okudah has more natural instincts as a safety. This is the way because of the way he tackles, he is a better suited as a safety than Iffy is. But they are stuck on this. He's the number 3 overall pick at corner. Jeff Okudah, if you look at how he plays, especially down in the box, he'd be a great box safety. Period. That would be a good place for him. You stick Iffy ass back outside on the corner. That's where he has more natural ability because he's not a great tackler. We know that. We saw that in the game this week. We saw that he's not a great tackler. You moving guys around. Move Okudah ass to say Okudah probably be one of the top box safeties in the league. You put Okudah just because the way he tackles. He plays great inside the box. Put a little more weight on him because he's got the size. You put a little more weight on him. That he's a great box safety. And then you have some guys that you have depth at that position, mixing in with Kirby Joseph and Tracy Walker and those guys. But I just think they moved the wrong guy to the wrong position. I get it, he was number 3 pick, but I think he can't hit where he was drafted. But I think Okudah will be a better box safety than if he would any day of the week. And I think he would be better if he's better outside guy. He's got that long length. He's faster than damn Jeff Okudah. Period, point blank. Yes. If he is faster than Okudah. Way faster than Okudah.
Really? Okay.
That was one of Okudah's issues coming out of Ohio State was his speed. Because I think he ran like a 4.54, maybe a 4.7 40 coming out of Ohio State. He wasn't that fast coming out. That's what a lot of people were like.
I thought they were saying that after his new little injury or whatnot, he was running in the 4.3s or something like that. Or was that JAMO I'm thinking about? It was somebody else.
That was JAMO that was running the 4. He was a 4.2 guy, and then after he had his ACL surgery, he ran in the 4. He ran in the 4.3s like a couple of weeks after having surgery. That's what the thing was JAMO. But to me, and I'll kick it to you, LL. I just think that they trying to give up on Iffy just there. I just think they need to use him right, and we're getting into that shuffle where you have all this young talent, you're trying to cultivate it, and you try to move them to different places to see where you can cultivate it. But I think my thing is you move Jeff Okudah as safety and put Iffy back on the outside. That's just me. What you think, LL?
Yeah, he probably better. Well, let me say this: I definitely don't want Iffy playing box safety. I never thought that anyway. Like, I guess because how big he is, but he's not I didn't never see him as that physical of a player. I definitely would have tried him at free safety, which is what they did. Or, outside, he seems to play better on the outside. I don't know if I want him covering down on the slot. And that's what I was thinking as you were saying it about Okudah. Normally, because I think he has the skills to play outside corner, but, normally or sometimes the corners, better tackling corners, things like that, they usually put him on the slot. But we got a slot guy. So, I think they're doing okay. I think it's worth just try. You just can't put him in positions to be the guy to have to be the hammer because he can't be that. They on a few of the plays, or one of the things that I noticed from the other game was they tried to put Kirby Joseph down in the box and use Iffy on the backside. That's where you see him coming down and whiffing on the making business decisions, as they say. So I don't know if it's because in my head at first I was going to say yeah because I thought this was his third year but I don't know why I thought this was his third year.
Second year.
But this has only been his second year.
He got drafted by Brad Holmes.
Yeah, give him another year at least. Maybe to maybe develop into a depth piece. But if he can't develop into something, it's definitely time to look elsewhere. We'll draft somebody. It's all about development. Maybe let's say he don't do nothing this year, and then in his fourth year he start to take like a step and a half ahead. Like, cool. Right. But he was just here anyway, like so he finally got it figured out. Yeah.
Look at Slade. Look how long
to figure it out.
It took Slade a couple of years to get the thing right. And stop hating on Slade. Slade's a good damn corner. So it is what it is. Yeah.
Slade got his ass turned to a bread emoji, like you said on his pass.
But it's
a medium play together, man. I hope it's get together, man.
And I think it's gonna depend. His development took a hit though. You gotta look at the injuries, how long he's been on the shelf, and then you look at you moved him, and then the guy you moved him who was training him to be moved to a safety got released, got fired. So you gotta look at some of the guys who were so adept to hanging on with Aubrey Pleasant, and he came back and his development got changed a little bit because guess what? The guy who was leading him in his journey into changing positions got fired. So
one thing we all forgot to mention about maybe a position change that may still be in the works is Coach Mike's friend Willie. They tried to bounce him around a few times and he can't seem to
bounce
pick a
his
spot.
Ass to the unemployment line. All right. Like the video, share the video, comment on the video. Hey, make sure you follow us on your favorite social media platforms, man. Facebook, TikTok, and of course, Instagram, man. You know what I'm saying? It's Thursday week over there on LL's Instagram page. He got a great Christmas present for you out there right now. So go check out LL's Instagram page, man. Check out what he got going on over there on his stories on Instagram. So it is what it is, man. And I'm sure he told me he's working on a link for the Tupperware t-shirt exchange. It will be posted on his Instagram coming up real soon, ladies. So get yourself ready. Get them dishes cooked up on the stove, man. Because like I told you before, the stipulation is you got to have some tasty morsels in the Tupperware to get a shirt in exchange. All right. That's time for me to talk about my topic for the day. Here's my thing, people. Please stop overreacting to the loss on Christmas Eve. Teams have bad games all the time. It's the NFL. Teams can win and lose every week. This happens. Philly lost to the Commanders, and we whooped they behind. Kansas City and Dallas struggled with arguably the worst team in the league, the Texans, who just beat the Titans this weekend. Okay, and here's the difference for me, talking about what happened on Saturday, and what happened last year and the beginning of this year. Jared Goff, he took the loss personally, and so did Dan Campbell. So Dan Campbell said in his presser, he was going to have his team ready. He said, it was my fault I didn't have them ready, and we're going to be ready for the Packers and the Bears. Goff didn't show. You look at Goff in those pressers early in the season, Goff wasn't taking any type of personal accountability of how the team played as a leader of the team. He wasn't. Like, hey, we get him next time. One of those things. But he took that shit personal. And I like that from the guy who's supposed to be the leader of the team. And here's another thing that showed me that this wasn't the same thing. Because we were just losing and guys were just kind of like, okay, we're losing. We're going to keep playing hard. But Isaiah Buggs, he had a bad penalty, but that was out of frustration because he knew how bad the team was playing. Sometimes that stuff, hey, man, we ain't been playing like this. So he got a little pissed off.
I thought he might have been a lot. Sometimes dudes do that if they being held, if it's dirty play. It's like, man, come on, like, you gotta it's one time that you got to show them what's going on.
Yeah, but I think it had like I think if it was that, and I think in my opinion, they were losing. He was frustrated because it had to be frustrating. You kept getting the ball. At that point, the Panthers was running the ball down a throat all damn game. I think the Panthers game was more of an anomaly than the team going backwards into the way they played earlier this season. The Lions are still a young team. You gotta remember that, man. We still got a lot of first and second year players starting on this team. We have some veterans mixed in there, but we have a lot of young players on this team. And they still got to learn how to win on the big stage, right? But think about this. When the team was 1-6, most people didn't give them a chance to get to 7 wins. They were trying, they may win 4 or 5 now, but they won 7 games. They still in a position to make some noise. So calm down, people. Bottom line, to all the SOL fans out there, have a seat, sit your ass down, and calm down because you weren't making no noise when the Lions were winning. So don't take the opportunity now to be like, it's the same old Lions. You weren't saying that shit when they was on that winning streak. So calm down, sit down. One loss does not mean that they're the same old Lions. Was it a bad loss? Yes, but every team has a bad loss, and we just ran into a buzzsaw on Saturday. All right, Coach Jones, what you got? You bobbing your head a little bit, man. What you got to think about this topic?
Man, that was SOL-ish. Okay. I mean, they're not the same old line, but that was SOL-ish. Just because it was the biggest game of the season. We had a 7th seed in the playoff position right there in hand, and we couldn't cash a check in on a team that we are better than. So from that standpoint, it was SOL-ish. Now I do give the hat off to Jared Goff for standing up and taking it taking it kind of personal and stuff like that. Man, I just don't like the fact that Goff waits till we start winning. Now all of a sudden he want to stand up and be responsible. You know what I'm saying? He was like, when we were losing, he was like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I mean, like I said, it's just frustrating. It's a frustrating game. I think it's bigger. I think the fans are more frustrated than the Lions team is. I think the Lions team probably have moved on, and we're getting ready for the Bears, and we it lingers in Lions Nation more than it lingers in the players' locker room, man. So.
They can't afford it. They have a game coming up, so they can't afford to let it linger in the locker room.
Right. Yeah, but we just as fans were so close
Man, we need to get over ourselves.
Man, but
get over ourselves.
Curt,
get over ourselves.
I'm telling you right now, if we would have landed in that number 7 seat on Monday, you tell me you wouldn't be getting it. Tell me you wouldn't be getting it at work, in public. You'd have been getting it. It would have been a party out.
What I would have, it gives you an opportunity to talk your ish. I can't lie to you and say that it does not. But at this point, and like I said, at 1-6, I did not see us get. I didn't, because I picked 7 at the beginning of the season. I was kind of doubting we're gonna get to 7 after starting 1-6. So I can't mess around and just say same on Lions when they went from 1-6 to 7-7. I can't.
I'm not saying same on Lions, but that was a terrible loss.
It was
man.
a bad loss. It was.
I'm still not gonna say same on Lions, but I can understand. Like, I'm not mad at nobody who gonna say that. You know what I'm saying? It was a bullshit loss, man. Like that, it was a lot on the line. Regardless of that, like, even if it wasn't, like, that's what make it more and more fun, or I guess a little bit more disappointing. That's what they was like, God damn, man. But like, I just like they did what we said what we should do to them. Like, yeah, it's gonna be cold. Let's see if y'all ass want to be out here. Let's see if you want to tackle today. And they just didn't want to tackle it. Like, I hated how it looked for us. You know what I'm saying? More than anything. Like, God damn, dude. Like,
I understand.
You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I just talked all this shit for you, and now look. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, dog. But
I understand that. I understand that.
but again, I can. If you want to say that, I can understand. I would disagree with you, but I don't. You know, I don't think the same one lies. It's a very, 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 very bad law. A very bad law. Very bad law.
Here's my thing. I think the thing that irritates me more is the SOPL people was quiet as shit when we were losing.
Yeah,
but
we were winning.
People like that. You gotta let them. You gotta.
You quiet. But here's my thing. You don't talk that ish now about the same. You weren't talking that ish when you was winning. So when you we lose a game, we lose a game, and it was a bad loss. But even because they even weren't talking to SOL after the Bills game. Oh, okay, they played hard, but you get a bad loss. Teams have bad losses all the time, man, and they recover for it. They keep moving on, man. Because guess what? Bad teams dwell and they keep losing. Good teams take a bad loss, you throw it out the damn window, and you keep playing. Because you don't have time. You only got 17 games in the NFL. You don't have time to wallow and just like, ooh, we got to just sit here and just be sad, you know what I'm saying? No, you got to get mad and get on to the next one. And that's what I saw from Dan Campbell yesterday. Look, he was like, we gonna come in here, we're gonna work, we're gonna do what we gotta do. The players are off tomorrow, they'll be back on Wednesday, and we're gonna come in here, we're gonna get ready for Chicago. And and that's what you should be saying as a coach. Is that the right thing? Yes, but you shouldn't just say it, you should be doing it too. So, and I think that they gonna be going in and do that. And looking at talking about JAMO, you know what I'm saying? You gotta look at Chicago, and they shut down a lot of their secondary has been shut down. They shut a couple people down. Brisker's still out there, but they shut a lot of people down in their secondary, and their defense has been shut down for the rest of the year. So, and then some of their wide receivers it's good. We have an opportunity to go in and just wear the Bears out on Sunday.
Yeah,
we have opportunity.
They better do it.
So, but with all that being said, man, hey, like the video, share the video, comment on the video, man, give us a thumbs up, man. Hey, share this video with more Lions fans just like yourself, man. Like my man Coach Jones say, have a watch party, man, on all your different cell phones and laptops and iPads and tablets and everything like that, man. And help us subscribe to the channel. We're on that march to 4K, man. So, hey, it starts with you guys, man. You keep coming back to the channel, so go ahead and subscribe if you haven't done so already, and be a part of the Prowl Nation family right here on your home for Detroit Lions news and rumors right here on Detroit Lions on the Prowl, man. Now it's time for us to do my favorite thing. It's time for us to zip our lip and see what you had to say about the last show. It's time for the comment cards, baby. First up, man, we got some nice long ones today, man. Michael Huck said, Jim always said, we don't have fans, we have family. We had 3 people meet face to face for the first time and bond instantly. Jim's vision came true. Which the outcome of the game was different, but for the company, I kept priceless. Thanks, man. I appreciate you letting me hang out with you guys, man, and Nicole and Michael Huck, man. It was a pleasure hanging with you guys during the game.
Yeah, check y'all out. Brent DeWitt said, great analysis, guys. Nice to see Shane Z have an impact in the red zone. It looked like our defense was trying to tackle without getting hurt because of the field. Can't play defense and with anything like that in the back of your mind. MCDC will have our guys ready for a bounce back game. Go Lions. If that's what you say, Brent DeWitt, I hope that's what it was. I hope that all of that shit that we saw was all because of the field and how they thought that it was not regulation. And I hope that they launch some kind of investigation and they say, okay, well, maybe it wasn't safe to play on. Because that's the only way I excuse that shit. Thanks for the comment.
Ted Chang says, Detroit Lions on the Prowl found. Spot on analysis on loss. Our players had already conceded this loss in pregame warmups. Yeah, so this is where we find out if the team has the mentality to be a playoff team. These are all playing games. I want to see it come down to Detroit versus Green Bay. Winner take all. I do not want to see it, man, but it's going to happen.
Yeah, I think so.
Not the boogeyman.
I think so. Fan of the show, Geo Raider, man. You've been, my thoughts on the game was we got punched in the mouth early on defense and offensively, not sure about play calling. I did like the fight to stay in the game in the second half. However, the first half determined the outcome as it compounded any mistakes we had throughout the entire day. This isn't necessary for this game. However, the last 2 weeks offensively, we seem to be playing conservative, which made us seem predictable. Overall, the Lions hope to make it to the playoffs. We sometimes need to get punched in the mouth in order to be humble. This means we need to bounce back and win the next 2 games. I think so too. Sometimes you gotta get a little reminder of who you was to be who you are.
Yeah, I guess. Batman of the 313, we spoke him up, and here he is. Says we got smacked in the mouth. They playing for us, I guess, and we could not recover. We got to shake it off and prepare for the Bears. Of course, they game plan worked. Ours didn't. And yeah, on to the Bears. Now it's time to smack them Bears around, man.
Now before you go, Mike, Scott Smith, thank you for the comment, man. I couldn't put your whole dissertation for your master's thesis. I couldn't put it on there, man. But I got you a couple sentences in there, man, because you had a long comment, brother. But go ahead. Go Swag.
Okay, how you do it?
Yeah.
Our defense pretty much sucks. No, I'm just playing. He said our defense pretty much sucks at times, and most of the time is over pursuit. Grades by position. D line get an E. Dang. D ends get an E. Damn. Linebackers get an F. Cornerbacks get a D. Safeties get a D. Man.
I hope you're not great on the curve, God.
Right. I mean, hey, we did a lot of Panthers over 30 points. So yeah, I mean that kind of is just due. Only because they had to make the stops eventually. I personally am extremely mad at the linebackers and setup. Me too. That was my biggest complaint of the game was we need to have a third linebacker on that field. Covering halves was not getting it right now. Because we should have quickly changed to 3-4 defense to stop the run and give the linebackers a chance to play stop-gap defense. I agree with that part 100%. We just needed more linebackers on the field, man. There's just some games you can't play with 2 linebackers. You can't run. You can't stay in that 4-2-5 if your box safety is not involved in the run game like that. So yeah, man. Scott Smith, thank you for your analysis, your dissertation, your prenopsis of the game, man. Hey, I agree with you 100% on that last part. Maybe not on the letter grades, but on that last part, I definitely agree with you, man.
Hey, that's your comments, man. Thank you guys for leaving the comments in the comment section of the video, man. Thank you again. Right here, we enjoy hearing that for your home for Detroit Lions Newsroom is right here in Detroit Lions of the Prowl. Now it's time for dessert with your man Curt, brought to you by Delightful Bites. Grant 12. Have some coffee with your dessert, man. It is brought to you by Delightful Bites, custom cookies and desserts for any occasion. If you like how they look, you will love how they taste. Go over to the link in the Facebook in the description below. If you don't do the Facebook thing, go over to TikTok or Instagram. Type in Delightful Bites in the search engine of those apps and see all that beautiful desserts footage. Delightful Bites. Get your cookie on. All right, Amon-Ra St. Brown is the third receiver in NFL history to have 90 receptions in their first 2 seasons. Michael Thomas and OBJ were the other 2 receivers. So congratulations. Not only did he go over 1,000 yards, he got his 90 receptions in the first 2 seasons of his career. Great job, St. Brown. Keep doing your thing. And here's a little, even in a loss, Jared Goff was nominated again for the FedEx Player of the Week. Again. He went 25 of 42 for 355 yards and 3 touchdowns. He had a passer rating of over 100 at 110. So I don't think he'll get it. I didn't even vote for him on this one, but he did his thing. But he had to throw the ball because we were so far behind during the game. So they kind of made him throw the ball all over the field. But congratulations there for getting nominated. I'm not gonna vote for that just because of the way the rest of us played. But that's just me. But hey, congratulations to Jared Goff, man. Hey, yeah. You didn't get my vote on that one, brother. I'm sorry. But that ain't you deserve what your man Curt brought you about Delightful Bites. But congratulations to him, man. He did have a great because I really can't say that loss was particularly on him. because he did everything he needed to do to try to get his team to win. That's just me. But it is what it is. Hey, that's your dessert. What you meant, Curt? Brought to you by Delightful Bites. Delightful Bites. Get your cookie on. All right, now it's time to take that quick walk on over to the Wall of Fame, baby. First up, we got Detroit Drew. We got Joseph Carter in the building. David Anderson. We got Joe Mo. We got Chandelier Sano, Rich Bean, and Beanie Siegel's in the building, man. And Doug Prince 72 for our bronze members. We got Cap Ice Cold, John Martin, Mr. Scotty the Pair. What's up, Frenchie? And Big Dale for our silver members. We got our gold members. We got Mr. Reliable Michael Hutt. We got North and Ken just in the D. Turner Burley. We got Michael Lewis, Dominic Davis, the Jazzy One, Paul Jarose, and Tornado blowing in from Utah, and the Doctor, Dr. Detroit. He is always in. To become a member of the Wall of Fame, click that join now button in the description. Now it's time for final thoughts on this two-piece Tuesday, Taco Tuesday, whatever your ass is eating Tuesday. What you got, LL?
Of course, have a great day. If you got them in your area, find some dollar conies or, some cheaply priced tacos. But Curt mentioned it earlier, and I'm going to just share a few words just for those fans, or not even fans, just people in general. If you was quiet over the past 5 weeks or whatever it is, just stay quiet, because you get people like to say mean things to people like y'all. They tell you shut the hell up and call you bad names and stuff. Because why the hell is you talking now? You ain't said a word over the last few weeks, and all of a sudden there's this and that. Just shut up. There's no point. Just shut up. You know what I'm saying? There's no point. Whether you root for the team, root for another team. Your team probably 7-8 too, or worse. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people out there want to talk shit about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and look at y'all. The worst thing, or the best thing about that is y'all in the worst division, which makes it better for y'all. Better chances for y'all to get in. So, however, whatever. Have a great day. And anybody talking to you all that mess, choke them or just ignore them. You got 2 ways to go about it.
Man, that we are not advocating somebody going to jail. What you got, Coach?
You know what?
I can't sign up for that one, dog.
Yeah. I've been to a couple of classes, man. I can't do it either. You know what? When I look at Jared Goff's the FedEx nominee, the scene from Coming to America comes to mind, man. When he was singing, he's like, that boy good. And then the other dude's like, good, terrible. You know what I'm saying? That's all I can think of, man. Because Jared Goff, man, he played that's some good, terrible numbers right there, man. Yeah, man, he 25 passes, 17 incompletions, but he had 355, 3 touchdowns, and 110. That boy was good and terrible, all at the same damn time. Go on, Jared Goff, with your good, terrible ass.
All right, for me, hey, whatever you eating today, man, if you still eat Christmas leftovers, they got an expiration date, man. Today is Tuesday. Let this be the last plate, man. Go ahead and put them shits in the trash. So they got an expiration date, man. You won't be eating no bad holiday food, man. But I hope you enjoyed it, man. Thank you guys for hanging out right here, Detroit Lions, in the Probably Your Home for Detroit Lions News and Rumors, man. Hang out tomorrow. We'll be back getting ready for our pregame. We'll getting ready for the Bears on Sunday. And of course, Wednesday we have the Gold Members meeting, man. So come and hang out with us, man. We're gonna be doing our thing, and we're gonna get you ready for the game. So, but thank you for joining us right here on your home for Detroit Lions News and Rumors. Enjoy your day. If you got another day off, man, hang out, chill out, man. That's what we're gonna do, man. If you gotta go to work, man, go to work, have some fun, man. Supervisors, man, pick all that stuff up in the new year, man. All that hard work, you know what I'm saying? You give them a couple of days, man. Monday is coming, so you can have them do all the hard work on Monday on the 2nd. But just kind of let them kind of relax and enjoy the holiday season, man, because we're still got a couple of days away from New Year. So let them start the new year off right, working hard. But whatever you ate for lunch today, man, go ahead and get that napkin. Wipe them crumbs off your face, man. Finish your drink and get back to work, baby. And whatever you're doing in life, you got to boss up. Ball out and be the best version of you that you can be. For my fellas, LL and Coach Jones, man, this is Curt Steele, and we will holler at you real soon. We love you, Jim.